Hi, this is Terry Gibbs, iWantCollectibles.com. I wrote these books about selling antiques and collectibles on eBay and how to write auction descriptions that sell. And you can get them on Amazon. There's lots of information on my I Want Collectibles website. And now I'm doing YouTube videos about toy trains and buying and selling antiques and collectibles on eBay. So with this issue, I'm going to start a new feature called eBay Horror Stories. And I'm going to share a couple horror stories from my time on eBay, which I've been buying and selling since 1997. So that's 28 years almost. And I've been teaching people about eBay since 1999. But I'm going to share my stories and ask you all to share your stories in the comments section. And hopefully we can all learn from these horror stories. And I'm going to start out with this one. These are the trains that I collect. This is from about 1915. This is absolutely gorgeous. Look at it. It's beautiful. It's a nice brown color. It's all original paint, which is important when you collect trains. This is just what a collector would want, except somebody ruined it. Can you see this? How this is all like textured in here? Do you guys have an idea what causes that texture? Because you see it's not on the side here. It's just on the roof. See that? All this wrinkling up in here? What causes that? Something that you all have seen before, right? This is what causes that. Bubble wrap. With these old trains, this one's 110 years old. The bubble wrap reacts to the train and ruins the paint. All right, I'm going to put the bubble wrap down on the floor so I don't keep messing with it. But the bubble wrap reacts to the paint. It's plasticizer. These old early paints don't really dry like the paints they make today. They're soft, and that's what keeps the paint from falling off and all that, is something in the paint, and again, it's soft. I'm not a chemist. But anyway, the bubble wrap has plasticizer in it so that it's flexible, and that causes these little bumps, and it reacts. And you can see it looks just like bubble wrap, and it's ruined it. Now, I bought this years ago, one of my first purchases on eBay, and back then it was either the seller would allow you to send it back for your refund, or you kept it. And I ended up having to keep it. There's nothing that you can do to cure this problem. You could try putting some compound or some cleanser on it, but you're only going to make it worse. You know, and it's just a sad thing that this, at the time, this 80-year-old train or 85-year-old train was just wonderful, and it is gorgeous. Probably even runs, but I just collect them. And it's ruined by poor handling. So there's a story about bad packing, bad shipping. The second one goes back to my very earliest days of eBay. There was an engine that I wanted for years called the 289 that Lionel made in 1935. And every time I saw one, it was somebody else that just bought it. But on eBay, I'd go on eBay and type Lionel 289 and hit enter and then search and search and search. And it turns out on eBay that one shows up about every 6 months. So they weren't as rare as we thought. But I bought one. So I bid on it, I buy one, and I pay the woman, mail her a check. And a couple weeks later, I get a box in the mail. And it's a box like this. This isn't the box. I threw that one out because it made me sick. But this is like it. This is an old Lionel box that somebody put priority mail stickers on and taped it all up and used it to mail the train in. And that's what the woman did. She didn't know that the train box was valuable. She didn't show photographs of the train boxes in the description for the train I'd bought. I didn't even know I was getting the box. And so she had sold me this train and then taken all the train cars and put them in their original boxes, taped them all up, stuck them inside the big, this is called the outfit or set box, and put them inside the set box. And then back then, the post office give you a priority mail tape, and she had wrapped the box all up in tape, scratched out everything on there with numbers. These are the numbers for the outfit. And so it gives you clues who it was made for and all that. And she destroyed all of that and used the box. And she had no clue that she was destroying something that was as valuable as the box. I paid, I think, 200 or something like that for the train. I would have paid 500 for it if I knew it was all in the box. And she had ruined it, and I ended up throwing it out. This is not the box. This is just something that I got recently that I decided to use as an example. But this box is a 1962 uncatalogued set box. If it wasn't ratty like this, it'd be worth $100 real easy. This one's destroyed. It's got really bad, you can see the bottom, water damage. It's garbage, but it makes a good example. And then, so while you're thinking about what you're going to post down in the comments for your bad eBay sell or packing job, I'm going to tell you one last one, and that's this. This is a 1961 Pabst Blue Ribbon beer sign, and it actually works. And this thing has been in my family since I was a little kid. It's always been around, and it was always missing this piece of like fiberglass that makes it for the smoke. And at one of my original buys on eBay, because back then they didn't have the categories and all that, so you just search for train and see what came up. And I had just this boiler and this cab thing came up with this on it. And I was like, oh, I know what that is. And she wanted $5. And I think these signs used to be like $100. Don't know what it's worth today. So for $5 plus shipping, I bought this top piece. Turn it off. So that would be this piece right here that's rocking. And I bought this on eBay. And I figured I could take the smoke piece off, put it on here, which is what I did, and then I could take the rest of it and sell these pieces, because this is all what's called vacuum plastic. It's real thin plastic, and it's fragile, very, very fragile. So I paid the woman, I mailed her the money order, and it took her weeks to mail it to me. I would email her, have you sent it yet? No, I'm busy. No, I'm busy. So after weeks of me harassing her to send it to me, she took the plastic piece that's rocking right here to the post office, where she got a priority mail express box, threw it in, paid $37 to overnight it to me. Right now, I only paid her $12 for the piece plus the shipping, total $5 and $7. So she lost $25 because she was just so incapable of getting the thing packed up and shipped. But anyway, she used no packing in the box. Just put it in the box, taped it up, mailed it. And when I got it, all this plastic stuff was shattered and gone. And all I got was this, right? And I had been planning on selling all these parts. Somebody probably want one of these guys because theirs is broken. I could put it on eBay, right, in the beer sign category, driver for 1893 Pabst Blue Ribbon sign, and somebody give me $5 or $10 for it. I was figuring I'd get that part for free. But that didn't happen because the woman was incapable or unwilling to spend the time to pack it adequately. All right, so those are 3 stories from my early days of buying stuff on eBay, and where the buyers packed poorly and the items were damaged or destroyed. So if you have a story like that, an eBay horror story, just about packing and shipping, post it in the comments below. Thanks for watching.